Hey there guys and dolls, my name is Celtic Titan and welcome back to Dauntless. So what we're going to be doing today is something that I kind of touched on a little bit in the last Dauntless video, and that is getting enough Aethersparks to be able to reforge when you hit level 20. Now if we look here under My Slayer, oh, and I accidentally hit that one. So if you go into the menu, go to My Slayer, go to Equipment, you can see up here on the top, right over here, that I have 56 Aethersparks. I actually need 100 to be able to reforge when I hit level 20. Now, if you're going through the hunting grounds, chances are you are going to get more than enough. But there's a couple different ways to go about this if you don't feel like specifically just leveling up in the hunting grounds. So let me show you one little thing here real quick. Now, I do want you to know this is not some kind of a special trick or anything. This is general knowledge at this point. But then again, like I said in the last video, I realized that some folks haven't been around for a while. So every day you got your coin. I showed it in the last video. I didn't really mention it too much, but I did show it. Where you go to the fountain down by Gregario, you flip your coin into the fountain, and I got 4 bounties. What I also got was these fountain cores. Now, if I go ahead and open them up, and we skip to the end here, you can see I got 14 Aethersparks out of that. Not bad, but it was 3 of them. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way is to find them in patrol chests inside of the hunting grounds. But today what we're going to talk about is something that a lot of folks will do. And it's called Vert Hopping or vertical hopping. Now, what we're going to do here is we are going to jump from island to island, going into public hunts, because that's the key, okay? You've got to go into public hunting grounds. The reason being is we are going after events. Now, if you go into a private hunting ground, you can still trigger an event, but it's going to take you 10 minutes. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to hop from island to island looking for an event that's already started. And perfect, we've got an Aether Surge event right down there. You can see it there in the top of my compass. That little blue squiggly line looks like somebody's already there. And it looks like there's a quill shot over there. So we're going to get over there as quickly as possible. Now, this does work out very, very well. Oh, looks like there's 2 quill shots. This does work out very, very well for getting Aethersparks as quickly as possible. Now, you can do this at any level. You know, a lot of times I may go in at, uh-oh, he's about to die. I want to make sure I do hit him. A lot of folks will go in here at like level 20, and I think I came by at just the wrong moment, right at the end, so I'm probably not going to get a whole lot. But they will go in at level 20, and they will bounce around from island to island, helping the lower levels with the events. See, yeah, I only got 4, but that's not the end of the world. And they'll just do the events until they get enough Aethersparks or until they're satisfied. Like, some people will do this for hours on end and get a whole bunch of Aethersparks so they don't have to worry about it for a while. So you see there we went to Revelation Rock. Now here comes the vertical part. Next, we're going to jump to Restless Sands. Now, if we get to an island that does not have an active event, we're not going to hang around. We're just going to jump on to the next one, okay? We're just going to keep bouncing around back and forth until we find another event. Then we'll go to the event, we'll do the event, and then we'll leave and go to the next one, okay? Now, there is a little bit of... some folks who are newer, they will have a little bit of a stigma in their mind over doing this. I don't see anything, but I also know there's a couple of patrol chests over here. Typically, this is a spawning location for a couple. Yep, there's one right there. Folks who have played MMORPGs in the past will know that it's typically considered... yeah, nothing here, so we're going to move on. It's considered to be rude to jump into somebody else's fight, because you'll end up stealing credit for the kill, you'll end up stealing the loot from whoever else has already started the fight. That's not something you need to worry about in Dauntless, to a degree. Now, when you enter into the combat area, what will happen is you will now be counted towards that behemoth's health. You can have as many as 6 people in a hunting ground. So that behemoth's health will be... Oh, yep, and we got another one right here. That behemoth's health will be boosted by how many slayers are in its area. But it's not something I want you guys to get real worried about, because as long as everybody's doing their part, it's not a big deal. Oh, I was way too close. I was way too close to be pulling those kind of shenanigans. Is there not a crystal up right now? No, there isn't. Okay. So remember, some events just, they have different things about them. Alright, I'm going to go break this crystal over here and get us some attack speed boost on that. There we go. So don't worry about being rude or interrupting somebody's hunt. You're not interrupting, you're helping. As long as you're doing your fair share of the work, your fair share of the damage, you'll be alright. Let me break this, because I don't think the other guy understands, really, that that's what we need to do. Oh, well, that's okay, too. Maybe he just didn't care. That's entirely possible, too. Like I said, there's some folks who jump in here at level 20, and they'll go at this. So it won't really bother them so much. Oh, here we go. Now we've got a quill shot. But you can also see there's some folks here who are in recruit armor still. So you're going to come across all kinds. How did I goof that up? I know better than that. I know better than that. I know better than that, too. Especially if I'm trying to run Predator. I definitely know better than that. Oh, oh, oh. Somebody get him. Somebody get him. There, I got him. And we should get a good amount of the reward here, because we've been around. We've been in here helping out for a while. Let's see if we're going to get... Nope. That's the end of it. Okay, and then you can always jump in, check my Slayer. And you see I got 87. Only need 13 more. So we're going to jump on to Iron Falls. Nope, we are already at Iron Falls. So we're going to go to Sunderstone. Now what you just noticed happen there as I was leaving, if you saw it, a friend request popped up. The one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is there's a lot of folks who are playing this on console. They'll just send the friend request on. You know, I've noticed that quite a bit. Well, I guess the best piece of advice I could give you is don't get stuck in old ideologies, okay? We'll figure out real quick when we land if this is an event. No, it's not, but we will help him anyways. Don't get stuck in old ideologies of, you know, how things used to be in MMOs and, you know, any old ideals. Because the only thing that'll do is it'll make you look like a butthead. And that's not what you want. You know, you don't want to look like the butthead. You want to be the guy who shows up, or girl, or person rather, that you know, that shows up, that's helpful. You don't want to be the one setting the rules for anybody else, or holding them to some kind of ideal that they don't feel is necessary. Especially not in 2022. You know, in 2002 it might have been a completely different deal, but oh, we don't want an escalation. So we're only going to take this as high as Ulrich's Peak, okay? Now, if we get into Ulrich's Peak and we don't see another event, what we're going to do is we're going to jump back to Revelation Rock, and we're going to start the whole thing all over again. That's why they call it vertical hopping. We're just going to hop vertically through the islands, and then we will revert back down to the bottom and keep right on going. Now, you can keep this up forever. You can keep this up just as long as you want to. And there's no event here, so we'll move on. You know, for me today, I'm just looking to get to 100. That way I know I have enough for my next reforge, and that'll be the end of it. And sometimes this will take a while to find you an island. Sometimes it won't. Usually it's faster when you're solo. If you've got a team with you already built and you're ready to go, it can be hit and miss, especially when you're trying to vert hop for events. Usually I try to keep it at just myself, or maybe myself and one other person if I'm trying to vert hop for events. And nothing here. Okay. Now, you could also horizontal hop, too, if you really wanted to. You could just keep trying to, bring up a new Revelation rock every time, or, whatever like that. But it works out better if you've got a slightly higher level weapon, and you're just going back and forth between the islands. That plus it gives you a nice change of scenery. You don't have to look at the same thing all the time. And don't get discouraged if you don't see an event for a while. It happens. Remember, it takes 10 minutes to spawn an event. So if you just happen to vert hop onto an island that was just formed or was just spawned, then, it's just kind of luck of the draw at that point. Alright, so we're going to hop one more time to Ulrich's Peak. If I don't find anything there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Ramsgate, get one of my level 20 weapons on, and then start the process again. We don't need that much more. You saw it. All we needed was like 13 or 14 more Aethersparks, and we've got enough for our next reforge. So we'll be doing just fine. Oh, the other method that I forgot to mention here, I'll pull it up here in just a sec. Okay. So if you go in through Hunt Pass and Rewards and you go to your reward cache, now every week, you see here, we got weekly Aethersparks. Every week on Thursday, this will respawn. Or at least it does for me because I always pick it up on Thursday because that's the reset. Obviously, today I'm recording it and it's Saturday, but I suppose we'll find out this week if I'm right. But what you can do is you can use the seasonal currency. You see here, this season it's Shady Coins, and purchase the weekly Aethersparks, and that's 100 right there. So I technically have enough to do my next reforge, but I'm going to go ahead and keep this up for just a moment. Oh, there we go. We've got an Aether Surge right there. Perfect. I don't believe this will be enough to get me there. I'll go ahead and send up a flare so they can see me. I don't think this will be enough to get me there, but that's alright. It'll get me close enough. Because I think at this point you guys get the gist of it. That we're just hopping to one island after another. Going from Revelation Rock all the way up to Ulrich's Peak. And then going right back down again. So we're at 196. That's not quite where I wanted to be. I mean, you saw I got the 100 from the weekly bonus. So personally, I'm not as worried about it. 4 Aethersparks is nothing to get. I'll get that out of my next core if I needed to. But, you just keep right on going if you wanted to. I mean, seriously, you could just spend an entire afternoon, an entire evening, whatever, just doing nothing but vert hopping and getting all the Aethersparks you could possibly need for a while. And then just focus on leveling like we talked about in the last video. But that's it, guys. That's the easy way to take care of that. Aethersparks don't have to be, some big task. You can get it fairly easily, just as I've shown you. And it doesn't take very long. But anyways, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, go on ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe so you can keep seeing more from me. And I'll see you guys in the next one.